Increasing clamor over that newly signed religious freedom law that is getting louder and louder.
Yeah, in fact, both sides of that very polarizing issue, from local business owners even to Hollywood celebrities, they're now speaking up and they're putting Indiana in the national spotlight.
We have two reports for you tonight, and we start with our first and Eyewitness News reporter, Kevin Rader. Kevin?
Yeah, and 19 states already have RFRA law on the books. 31 in all have a legal standard in practice, so why the outrage here? The federal law, supported by Republicans and Democrats alike, has been in place since 1993. But 4 years later, the Supreme Court said that didn't apply to the states. So all the states began to write their own. Indiana broadened it to apply to businesses and private parties, and therein lies the seed for dispute that have now planted the whole new crop of issues.
The Religious Freedom Restoration Act law passed by the legislature and signed by the governor sparked spirited debate and a vicious backlash against the state.
I see a big window open here.
Bill Levin calls himself the Grand Poobah of the First Church of Cannabis.
Well, the Pope was already taken.
Which has now officially been sanctioned by the state of Indiana.
Is this a religion? Obviously, it's
yes,
a church.
It is a registered religion that I started. If you like it, please join.
It is certainly not what lawmakers had intended, but then again, the RFRA law, as it's known in Indiana, has been all about unintended consequences.
It sounds onerous, it sounds horrible. It's not. It is, again, RFRA has never been used for discrimination in 22 years.
The real question is, what does it mean? I mean, if I, as an individual, make certain choices that other people find discriminatory, this law protects me, but honestly, I probably didn't need that protection. Probably nobody was going to stop me. But does it mean that privately owned businesses can make choices about who they're going to serve? Fact is, we don't know.
The fallout for a community that has staked its reputation on hosting big events has been ominous.
I'm also hearing from a lot of business people who wonder why. Why was this measure necessary? And I can tell you, over the course of the past year, I have visited with hundreds of business people all over the state of Indiana, and not once has this been brought up as an issue.
One of our doctrine is enjoy life.
But for the First Church of Cannabis, this law is an opportunity.
I don't plan on breaking any laws. This church is not about breaking laws. This church is about getting to the very edge and encouraging our state house to go forward and allow us to practice our religious freedom.
Timing for all of this could not be worse, with the city hosting the Final Four next week.